Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Guess what?
We are starting a new book of the Bible.
We sure as fuck are.
Which book are we starting again?
We are starting Lamentations.
Okay. Is there a lot of lamenting going on in this?
Actually, there is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
They're using the word correctly.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a little bit of an intro to talk about what the fuck it is.
Sure.
And then we'll read chapter 1.
All right. Sounds good. So what's the intro? Or did you want to do that in the main section?
In the main section.
Oh, in the main section. All right. So, we're going to pause here and then we're going to go to our main section.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are starting the Book of Lamentations.
Okay.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Let's do that,
before
yeah.
we hop into the chapter.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so the Book of Lamentations, it's only 5 chapters.
Oh, man, we're going to finish another book quickly.
We are.
Wow.
And that's exciting.
That's exciting, yeah.
This is totally off topic, but I am a huge fan of Goodreads and listening to audiobooks, right?
How can we incorporate Goodreads and audiobooks into Lamentations? Here we go. All right.
Yes, ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so every year, Goodreads allows you to set a challenge for how many books you think you'll read or would like to read over the course of the year.
Question.
Right?
Do you get to count the books of the Bible?
I mean, you could count the Bible as one. I think you'd really be pressing it to count it as...
I'm just trying to think of a way to pad your numbers here. That's all.
Okay. I have not actually been including the Bible. And now I'm like thinking back and I'm kind of curious. And I'm like, wait, but maybe I should be counting each book. I don't know. That's not what I was getting at, though.
Sorry.
So what I was getting at, how this is related, is that I start the beginning of the year with looking at how many hours each book on my challenge list is.
Yeah.
How long is each book? And I start the year with the shortest ones so that by summer, I've pretty much, if not halfway, sometimes fully reached my challenge number.
Okay.
And so every time I have one that's like under 6 hours long, I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
Because I get to like, quote unquote, pad my numbers, which is, cool, because Lamentations is only 5 chapters.
Right,
it's nothing, but we get credit for it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I tied those two together.
Okay.
You know?
Right, yeah.
Sometimes, like, when there's nothing to it and it's short, it just makes all the difference.
Just so you guys know, wife is a super user of Goodreads, like super fucking user.
When you say super user of Goodreads, I think what you mean is a super user of the Libby app.
Okay.
Which I used to use the Overdrive app, but the Overdrive app is going away. And that's where I listen to my audiobooks, which is online library.
Okay.
So,
but don't you leave reviews on Goodreads a lot, right?
I don't leave reviews a lot. I have started writing reviews. I always mark what I read, when I started, when I finished, and what I rated.
Got it.
So I don't always write reviews. I'm trying to start doing that more now because I'm trying to get more books off of NetGalley, which are ARC's advanced reader copies.
Wow, this is all Greek to me.
I know. I love the book thing. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Just that's what that was.
Right.
Okay,
Let's get back to the Bible.
Yeah, so anyway. Okay, so Lamentations. It's a collection of poetic laments for the destruction of Jerusalem in 586 BCE.
Huh, so just what we got done reading, basically.
Yeah.
Only these are the poesy of it.
Exactly. And the whole time, like, it's supposed to be Jeremiah, like, weeping.
Oh,
that's where we get the weeping prophet.
We were done, but then the Bible was like, ha ha.
Yeah. Psych. Yeah. For as far back as tradition reaches, Lamentations has been read on Tisha B'Av. Remember that, not celebration, commemoration, observation.
Yeah, observation.
Yes.
Sure.
I couldn't think of the word.
Okay.
Every year, that's the day that they memorialize the fact that they went into exile and Jerusalem was sacked and smashed.
Got it.
And then later on, their second temple got smashed. Apparently, we're not there yet. Spoilers.
Sure. No, I didn't remember either. But I was watching you try to come up with the words, and I'm like, what is it?
I know, you were like watching me, and I was like, my God, we just talked about this. I understand that I can't think of the word because I often can't think of a word. But
you were really hoping I had the answer.
I assumed you had the answer because you always know the word I'm trying to say. But instead of looking at me like, yes, or I'm withholding because I like to see you struggle. No, instead you were looking at me like, you fool, what are you doing? You're ruining our podcast. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
They read these Lamentations every year during this observation because it memorializes their trauma, their cultural trauma, and their historical ache for what was.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's not unreasonable to assume that was actually its intended purpose when they wrote it.
Okay.
So
right.
the way it's written kind of lends toward reading it out loud,
memorializing
like that.
It.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
The prophet Jeremiah is its traditional author.
Traditional author.
That is as far as I got because we're going to do a wrap up afterwards and I'll have more information then.
Got it.
I have to be really careful with these intros that I don't learn too much before we dive in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, sure.
So I don't want to give myself spoilers. So I'm sure if they're saying up front that he's the traditional author, that means he wasn't.
Right.
So yeah. I'm sure it was the Deuteronomist.
They wouldn't specify otherwise.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now the original text was written in Hebrew. Okay.
Okay.
However, in the Septuagint, the following words are found as part of the text, and there's multiple different translations of the Septuagint, which is the Greek one.
Right.
But even of that, there is more than one Septuagint translation. Like there's the Alexandrian, and then there's I forget what the other one is. But at any rate, in all of the Greek copies, these words are found as part of the text, but they're not in the Hebrew.
Got it.
Okay. And it came to pass after Israel had been carried away captive and Jerusalem was become desolate that Jeremiah sat weeping, and he lamented with this lamentation over Jerusalem. And he said,
oh.
And then the book begins.
And this goes back to them calling him the weeping prophet, too.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So the first 4 of the 5 poems are written as acrostics. Do you remember what those are?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
No.
So we've run into, this is the fifth.
I remember the term, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, no problem. I'll explain it again. This is the fifth of several poemy writings
Right.
that had acrostics in them. And what they are is the beginning letter of each line starts with the next letter of the alphabet.
Got it. Yeah.
So
okay.
It took strategy to make the poesy, if you will.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are used in succession to begin the lines and sections of those songs. Some people claim that that's to show the beginning and the end, and that they lament the full way through the entire alphabet, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, no, because they did it in other places too, and it was a literary device that they used back then.
Right.
So,
They put a lot of, there's a lot of sections that we've covered where they use this this tool, this type of
like I said,
prose.
This was the fifth one of that.
Yeah. So, they must lend a lot of they like their alphabet. They like their language. They like their
bookends.
Right.
You know what I mean? They like their beginning and end and everything in the middle.
Yeah.
They like things tied up neat and tidy.
Sure.
And that's the same way where they try to compare Jeremiah and his 40 years with Moses's 40 years, and how it started and ended at the same place with the same number. Like, they very much like their bookends.
Right.
So that this just lends to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we are going to start Lamentations. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, chapter 1. How deserted lies the city, once so full of people. How like a widow is she, who once was great among the nations. She who was queen among the provinces has now become a slave. Bitterly she weeps at night. Tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, there is no one to comfort her. All her friends have betrayed her. They have become her enemies. And this is, of course, the personification of the city itself.
Right. No. And it's
pretty
well
neat.
written. Yeah.
I actually like it.
Yeah.
After affliction and harsh labor, Judah has gone into exile. She dwells among the nations. She finds no resting place. All who pursue her have overtaken her in the midst of her distress. The roads to Zion mourn, for no one comes to her appointed festivals. All her gateways are desolate. Her priests groan. Her young women grieve, and she is in bitter anguish.
Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty good stuff. It's very.
I approve of this. Actually.
It touches my heart. Actually,
right. No, this is meaningful and very.
I could see myself sitting with people at one of these observation memorializing and having this read aloud, and I could see myself crying.
Yeah, it's very somber and very. It holds a lot of meaning. Like it's very nice.
Yeah. When I say I like it, I don't mean that I like the tragedy that caused it.
No, of course not.
But this is beautiful.
But the poesy in it is very strong, and I appreciate it. So.
Yeah. Her foes have become her masters. Her enemies are at ease. The Lord has brought her grief because of her many sins. Her children have gone into exile, captive before the foe. All the splendor has departed from the daughter Zion. Her princes are like deer that find no pasture. In weakness they have fled before the pursuer. In the days of her affliction and wandering, Jerusalem remembers all the treasures that were hers in days of old. When her people fell into enemy hands, there was no one to help her. Her enemies looked at her and laughed at her destruction. Jerusalem has sinned greatly and so has become unclean. And I'll explain a little bit what that means later.
Got it.
All who honored her despise her, for they have all seen her naked. She herself groans and turns away. Her filthiness clung to her skirts. She did not consider her future. Her fall was astounding. There was none to comfort her.
It's funny, even sorry, I have to interrupt here just for a second, but even in this somber poem that they're reading, right? They're still saying how shitty these people are.
Yeah.
Like it started off really strong and really good, but like now it's just like, and you guys still, this is why it happened. You guys sucked.
Yeah. And that's what these lamentations are. they're like sad for what happened, but they're also blaming themselves.
Right.
So it's not just him pointing the finger at the people. This is basically the people pointing the fingers at the people.
Sure.
So we're supposed to believe that he spoke for the people.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, he's not being accusatory. He's whoever the author is. Which I'm pretty sure was the Deuteronomist.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So they all together collectively agreed, we ache for what we've done.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
Sorry.
Captive before the foe, princes, she's yucky, and they laughed. Okay. Jerusalem has sinned greatly, and so has become unclean. Oh, I already read that. Okay, sorry. The enemy, oh, wait, no. Okay, hold on.
We're getting there.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, I interrupted you.
You did.
Yeah.
Her filthiness clung to her skirts. She did not consider her future. Her fall was astounding. There was none to comfort her. Look, Lord, on my affliction, for the enemy has triumphed. And that's in quotes, her speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
The enemy laid hands on all her treasures. She saw pagan nations enter her sanctuary, those you had forbidden to enter your assembly. All her people groan as they search for bread. They barter their treasures for food to keep themselves alive. Look, Lord, and consider, for I am despised. Okay. We're about halfway through, but I just want to run back a minute just to point out some things.
Okay.
So it starts out saying that she's basically like a widow, and that has more than one connotation to it. Like, we can see on the surface what that means is, yeah, I mean.
Right, but also God considered Jerusalem his bride at some point. So it means that it's without God, I would imagine also.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And also a widow, she would have been living with her husband and his family, right?
Sure.
Well, when the husband died, the husband's family usually despised the widow and kicked her out. Got it. Because she was just like another mouth to feed, right?
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of it too. That's the deeper one, that she is despised even by those who should be loving her and caring for her. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Then we go into the fact that they say that she's filthy, and that her grossness sticks to her skirt or whatever. Yeah. That's an allusion to menstrual blood. Got it. So sure, she's, in her most horrible and atrocious and embarrassing state. She's nude, just a mess. Right. Yeah. So that's what we're supposed to gather from this. Sure. And then also when it talks about how she had them coming inside her, so to speak. I know the way I said that. Yeah. Like, the nations entered her.
Yeah, no, it sounded very sexual.
And it is supposed to be. Like, she was a whore. She opened her legs to these other nations. Okay. And they just used her and then threw her away. Wow. So, yes. Okay. There's a lot. It's actually very symbolic and very intelligently written. Like, you don't have to look far for it. Sure. And once you know it's there, you cannot unsee it.
I almost commented on that, but I wasn't sure 100%. Mm-hmm. So I was reserving judgment on that. But
yep. Nope. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. You would have had it right. All right. Let me find my place, because I once again
lost it.
Okay. So yeah, that's why she's sad, because she's like, I'm disgusting and I hate myself. Sure. If I hate myself, how could God not hate me?
Right. Yeah.
So now we're switching back to her speaking again. Okay.
All right.
Her being the city.
Sure.
Just to
Jerusalem.
Put it out there again. This is the personification of the city.
Right.
Okay. Is it nothing to you, all you who pass by? Look around and see. Is any suffering like my suffering that was inflicted on me, that the Lord brought on me in the day of his fierce anger? From on high he sent fire, sent it down into my bones. He spread a net for my feet and turned me back. He made me desolate, faint all the day long. My sins have been bound into a yoke. By his hands they were woven together. They have been hung on my neck, and the Lord has sapped my strength. He has given me into the hands of those I cannot withstand.
So the slavery that they're enduring is their own fault due to their sins.
Yes. There's also that callback to, remember early on when Jeremiah, in one of the earlier chapters, he wore a yoke.
Right.
And so now, they're kind of literally doing that. So
sure.
That was a callback to that.
Got it.
Okay. The Lord has rejected all the warriors in my midst. He has summoned an army against me to crush my young men. In his winepress, the Lord has trampled virgin daughter Judah. I think now we are back to Jeremiah, but I could be wrong because it doesn't specifically say.
Okay.
But the following line leads me to believe that this is Jeremiah speaking now.
Okay.
This is why I weep, and my eyes overflow with tears. No one is near to comfort me, no one to restore my spirit. No, I guess it is.
Could still be the city.
It is still the city, because then the next line within the same quote is, my children are destitute because the enemy has prevailed. And of course, he doesn't have children, so it had to be the city.
Sure.
Zion stretches out her hands, but there is no one to comfort her. The Lord has decreed for Jacob that his neighbors become his foes. Jerusalem has become an unclean thing among them. And again, those are menstrual rags.
Right.
The Lord is righteous, yet I rebelled against his command. Listen, all you peoples, look on my suffering. My young men and young women have gone into exile. I called to my allies, but they betrayed me. My priests and my elders perished in the city while they searched for food to keep themselves alive. See, Lord, how distressed I am. I am in torment within, and in my heart I am disturbed, for I have been most rebellious. Outside the sword bereaves. Inside there is only death. People have heard my groaning, but there is no one to comfort me. All my enemies have heard of my distress. They rejoice at what you have done. May you bring the day you have announced, so they may become like me.
So this is them asking for retribution on their enemies.
Yeah, of course.
Essentially.
No good prayer without a little bit of vengeance thrown in for good measure.
Yeah.
Let all their wickedness come before you. Deal with them as you have dealt with me because of all my sins. My groans are many, and my heart is faint. The end.
I really liked that chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, insofar as chapters go in the Bible, it was very beautiful. It was well written.
Particularly the first third, I think, was
for sure.
very, very heart. It did touch my heart.
And it encompasses a lot of what happened to them with regard to the Babylonian exile. So, I mean, I can appreciate what that is in regard to that. You know? The message is still the same message we've been getting throughout the Bible. God's a dick. He killed them. He, made them suffer. They're going to be slaves. And
then he's blaming them for him having disappeared on them for a bit.
Right. So, I mean, it's the same exact message. It's just...
the phrasing makes the difference.
Right.
Well, because in the previous chapters, too, we've been reading about the history and the dates and the names and, what happened where. And this truly is a lament. This is from a broken people. Right. And that... you can't help but feel the pity and the sorrow.
Sure. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's like if a tragedy happened in the United States, right, and somebody wrote a really heartfelt song about it after the fact, right?
Yes.
And we all kind of rallied behind that song. This is kind of how that feels. Right. Like it's a very sentimental value with regard to what this is, so that people can have the feels, get behind it and be like, yeah, we miss our Jerusalem and we love it and we want to get back and this is what should happen. Here's the same message, but we're going to take the time to make this very beautiful so that everybody can appreciate it and appreciate what we had and lost and what we need to get back.
Right. Exactly.
Right? So.
Exactly. It's not a rallying cry. It is a gathering cry, though.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, let us gather together and mourn as a community.
Yeah.
Which... you got to mourn before you can move to anger.
Right.
And, get back on your feet.
I don't know. They moved to anger pretty quickly there at the,
right. No, yes, I see what you're saying. But I just meant it's saying let's mourn together. Let's, get our feet under us and figure out where we go from here.
Yeah.
And then, get the guns and kill everybody.
Sure. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot less talking in these 5 chapters because it's just, I want to hear what the words say.
Yeah, and I tried to wait for correct stopping points before I interjected what little notes there were.
Well, and occasionally I want to stop just because I have an idea. But I mean, it's very beautifully written.
Yes.
So I will give it that.
I want everybody listening to hear us say that we are appreciating a piece of the Bible because we have been accused of coming in with an agenda and not being able to understand any or appreciate any of the beauty of it. And so we have pointed out parts that we have really liked. Yeah. And this was a good chapter.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, that's all there is.
All right. So that was Lamentations chapter 1.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Lamentations chapter 2.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
What chapter are we on and how did we get here and where were we yesterday?
Well, we just read Lamentations chapter 1.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, it was actually kind of a cool poetry reading type thing for the destruction of Jerusalem.
Right. I mean, it was a collective mourning of the people's loss.
Right. Yeah, and it was well done. Yeah. I mean, for the Bible thus far, I will give it credit. It did not suck completely.
Right. It was especially the first third of the chapter, I thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Just was a really nice imagery, nice, just really good poetry.
Yeah, and of course we had to fall into the same, Jerusalem sucks for sinning, and then God's destroying them, and then they're going to have vengeance on their enemies. But I mean, that's to be expected in the Bible. So, I mean, with that aside, it was all good, So that was Lamentations chapter 1.
Yes, it was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Lamentations chapter 2.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so we are getting into chapter 2 of Lamentations.
Okay.
How the Lord has covered daughter Zion with the cloud of his anger.
Yes, he has. He's done that.
He has hurled down the splendor of Israel from heaven to earth. He has not remembered his footstool in the day of his anger.
Oh, interesting. He's referring to them as, he's referred to them as his footstool before, but that's an interesting reference there.
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, and the cloud is also an interesting reference.
Right.
When he's saying that the city is covered with a cloud of his anger.
Right.
When early on, they saw him as a cloud.
He was a cloud, right?
Yeah. Without pity, the Lord has swallowed up all the dwellings of Jacob. In his wrath, he has torn down the strongholds of daughter Judah. He has brought her kingdom and its princes down to the ground in dishonor. In fierce anger, he has cut off every horn of Israel.
I wonder if that's a reference to the horn. Like, you remember there was those horns back in, like it was Joshua. We were talking about the horns, I think. And I wonder if that's a reference to those horns.
See, I was concentrating on the fact that we're always asking in our contradiction episodes, where you're always wrong.
Right.
If God gets angry. And, one of the answers is always, no, he would never.
Yeah, but
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Verse anger.
3, in fierce anger, he has cut off every horn of Israel.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He has withdrawn his right hand at the approach of the enemy.
Oh,
that's his fighting hand.
His fighting hand. Yeah.
Yeah. He has burned in Jacob like a flaming fire that consumes everything around it. Like an enemy, he has strung his bow. His right hand is ready.
Wow, they're literally saying God's fighting against Israel sort of here, or Judah,
You know what this reminds me of? Remember that one time way back when like there was an angel of the Lord or some guy that was like wrestling
Esau,
right. Forever and ever and ever
in the desert or whatever. Right.
And it's like, was that God? Was that an angel of the Lord? Like, what the fuck? And he had armor, but we didn't know who he was. This reminds me of that guy.
Okay.
Like, is it the same? Like, or like if you read stuff that like the show Supernatural would draw from, where they say the angel Michael is, his sword man or whatever. Right? Like, is this Michael or some shit?
Who knows?
I don't know angels, so
right.
I'm just.
I don't think they get real heavy into angels in the Old Testament. There are angels in there, but like not a lot.
No, they get into that more a little bit. I think in the NT.
I think so. I could be wrong about that, but yeah.
I mean, there is an angel that whispers in Mary's ear, "You're pregoid."
Yeah.
And it's going to be goddess. Yep. Like a foe, he has slain all who were pleasing to the eye. All the pretty maidens in a row, he knocked them down.
Yeah.
He has poured out his wrath like fire on the tent of daughter Zion. Man, he burned that shit to the ground.
Yeah.
The Lord is like an enemy. Ooh.
I would say he's not like an enemy. He is a fucking enemy.
Yeah,
if you just read the entire Old Testament to this point, he is a fucking enemy.
Yeah, learn the difference between like metaphor and simile, because you used the wrong one.
Right?
He has swallowed up Israel like a goddamn shark.
Yeah.
He has swallowed up all her palaces and destroyed her strongholds. He has multiplied mourning and lamentation for daughter Judah. Yeah, he did.
They even got a namesake for the book that we're in there.
He has laid waste his dwelling like a garden.
Wait, what?
Like a garden. He fucked that shit up like a garden. Wait, what? That's not good imagery. My idea of a garden is very different from the Bible's idea of a garden, I guess.
Right.
So he laid waste his dwelling like a garden. He has destroyed his place of meeting. The Lord has made Zion forget her appointed festivals and her Sabbaths. We talked about that in chapter 1.
Yeah.
In his fierce anger, he has spurned both king and priest. Damn.
Okay.
Fuck all the leaders.
Right.
The Lord has rejected his altar and abandoned his sanctuary. Okay. Does that mean he ain't in the ark no more?
Well, we haven't really heard where the fuck the ark is in a long time. Yeah, I know. But the temple was there, and that was technically his sanctuary, I think, that they're referring to.
And then they were talking about the footstool.
Yeah.
Which sometimes the footstool is the whole planet Earth, and sometimes it's just the Israel. Tabernacle or the temple.
Right. Yeah. But you can't have a very strong God if he's not... Like, they're saying he abandoned his place of dwelling or whatever, right? Because if he was there, he'd be able to defend it, right?
Yes.
And the temple got torn down, right? So that he had to have abandoned them, otherwise he would have been able to stop them.
Yes, that's what happened.
Right.
Yes.
It's the only logical explanation.
He got pissed and left. And
for people who believe in a fucking God that's an asshole.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
So silly. He has given the walls of her palaces into the hands of the enemy. They have raised a shout in the house of the Lord, as on the day of an appointed festival. The Lord determined to tear down the wall around daughter Zion.
Okay.
He stretched out a measuring line and did not withhold his hand from destroying. So he's like, go ahead, take them down.
Right.
He made ramparts and walls lament. Ooh. I kind of like that. Together they wasted away. Ramparts and walls lament.
Yeah.
I actually like that phrasing, even though it's silly.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Sure.
Her gates have sunk into the ground. Their bars he has broken and destroyed. Her king and her princes are exiled among the nations. The law is no more, and her prophets no longer find visions from the Lord.
Okay.
What?
All right.
What? So Jeremiah done, huh?
I guess.
I mean, what? That's crazy. No more prophet.
Yeah.
The elders of daughter, that would like lean towards the fact that he didn't write this shit because he dead.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Whatever. If he's a prophet, he's doing prophet-y things, right?
One would think, but, also... Well, I don't know. There's a definitely radio silence at the end of Jeremiah once you hit the Babylonian exile.
He's an ex-prophet.
Right, yeah. But the current whatever. I get. How can you be maybe there are no prophets because you can't have a prophet that's not prophesizing, right? So if you're not prophesizing, you're not a fucking prophet.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Kind of negates the whole name of the job.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he got fired.
Yeah.
Ooh, poor guy. The daughters of No, wait, what? No, I read that wrong. The elders of daughter Zion sit on the ground in silence. They have sprinkled dust on their heads and put on sackcloth.
They're in timeout.
They are in timeout, but they are also in their mourning clothes.
Yes.
The young women of Jerusalem have bowed their heads to the ground. My eyes fail from weeping. I am in torment within. My heart is poured out on the ground because my people are destroyed, because children and infants faint in the streets of the city.
That probably has to do with, they were talking about how they were hungry.
Yeah, they starving.
They couldn't even find bread and stuff before in the last chapter.
That's why they're fainting. Yeah. They say to their mothers, "Where is bread and wine?"
There it is, yeah.
As children do. They always ask him for wine. As they faint like the wounded in the streets of the city, as their lives ebb away in their mother's arms.
Wow.
That's creep-tastic.
Yeah.
Mother, where is bread and wine?
I mean, they're just saying that they're starving to death. Yeah.
What can I say for you? With what can I compare you, daughter Jerusalem? To what can I liken you that I may comfort you, virgin daughter Zion? Your wound is as deep as the sea. Who can heal you? Who can make a sunrise? The Candyman can.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The visions of your prophets were false and worthless. They did not expose your sin to ward off your captivity. The prophecies they gave you were false and misleading. Those fuckers.
Except for Jeremiah, apparently.
Right, except for him. He's the only one.
Yeah.
All who pass your way clap their hands at you. Everybody just clap your hands. They scoff and shake their heads at daughter Jerusalem. Is this the city that was called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? See? That's them laughing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. All your enemies open their mouths wide against you. They scoff and gnash their teeth and say, "We have swallowed her up. This is the day we have waited for. We have lived to see it."
Wife is really enjoying this.
I love me some theater.
I'm just like kind of watching in awe right now.
The theater is so fun. It's fun. I mean, they were scoffing. How can I not scoff? I got to do a scoffy Monopoly voice, you know?
A scoffy Monopoly voice?
You know the Monopoly man?
I do know the Monopoly man.
He's got the monocle and he's got the top hat and he's like prum, prum, prum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him coming up and going, "Yeah, see?" The Lord has done what he planned. He has fulfilled his word, which he decreed long ago. Remember that time?
Which one are we talking about exactly?
Shh, be quiet. He has overthrown you without pity. He has let the enemy gloat over you. He has exalted the horn of your foes. He has fucked you royally.
Yeah, right.
Oh, guys, you can pick any god.
Right.
Pick a different one.
Yeah.
The hearts of the people cry out to the Lord. You walls of daughter Zion, let your tears flow like a river, day and night. Give yourself no relief, your eyes no rest. Mm-hmm. Arise, cry out in the night. As the watches of the night begin, pour out your heart like water in the presence of the Lord. Lift up your hands to him for the lives of your children who faint from hunger at every street corner. But why though? He said he ain't looking at you no more.
Right.
He pissed.
Yeah.
Why you gonna cry to him? He's like, "Nah, I'm done with you."
Because I mean, I think there's still that idea that they can be redeemed, right? So they're going to try real hard.
Okay.
You know, if you try hard enough and long enough, maybe eventually he'll stop hating on you and letting your kids die in your arms starving to death.
I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been some shit I ate. Look, Lord, and consider, whom have you ever treated like this? Sounds like Trump, right? Nobody's ever been treated like this.
Yeah.
Should women... Oh, no, this is not okay. Oh, I don't want to read this. Should women eat their offspring, the children they have cared for?
Oh, jeez.
Should priest and prophet be killed in the sanctuary of the Lord?
I mean, no. The answer is no.
I'm
to either one of those.
Just stuck on that. Like, they had mentioned before, like, they're gonna be eating the kids. But that was, like, generic. Like, like that's gonna happen. And now... Oh, that is happening. The baby's like, Mommy, where's the bread and wine? And the mom's like, right here, I got some for you.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I had to kind of make it funny because I don't want to cry. And I feel like crying when I picture, like, that's just a horrible image.
It is.
And I resent that being put into my head. So instead, I'm going to picture it as a humorous scene because that's how I don't cry.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Should priest and prophet, blah, blah, blah. Young and old lie together in the dust of the streets. My young men and young women have fallen by the sword. You have slain them in the day of your anger. You have slaughtered them without pity. As you summoned to a feast day, so you summoned against me terrors on every side. In the day of the Lord's anger, no one escaped or survived. Those I cared for and reared, my enemy has destroyed. The end.
Okay.
Fuck that fucking chapter.
Yeah.
I was having fun with it, and then they're like, and then they're eating each other. Ah!
Right.
Like, I didn't want baby zombies in there.
That's just that doesn't sound like you mentioned in the last chapter that they read these things at the festival to remember the Babylonian exile and stuff like that. I can't imagine reading some of this stuff in front of, like,
a crowd
in a family gathering type situation.
Yeah, where there's, like, kids in the crowd.
Right.
Like, careful, because if we get hungry enough, your mommy's going to eat you. Like, I mean,
it's kind of disturbing imagery, like the slaughtering and the starving and the cannibalism and just, like, all that. Like, crazy.
Can we not?
Yeah.
I just don't want to. And I was having fun with this chapter,
Yeah. Right up until that point.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you for draining all joy from me. Appreciate ya.
I will say, we do know that this is hypothetically written by Jeremiah, right? But, like, I know. But there's a distinct lack of a mention of his name throughout these chapters, which is not how the stuff that Jeremiah was wrote those chapters.
Yeah, this is all, like, third person, like... the city this and the city that and God these and God those and the people.
The chapters I feel like Jeremiah did write in Jeremiah were written more from a first person type perspective with mentioning that he's speaking for God in these moments. Right? Yeah. And there is none of that. It's specifically...
It's poems and songs.
Someone speaking for Judah or for God without the mention of their speaking for that person. Yeah. Right? Which I guess you could also say, okay, this is a poem that maybe Jeremiah wrote. I guess you could say that if you want to. He wrote a dirge. But it just doesn't feel like it's Jeremiah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I know we kind of already covered that, but I just wanted to say it again because it just doesn't feel like it to me.
No, I agree. Like, it doesn't feel like he was walking around town during the day with a sign around his neck, like facing off with the town leadership, ringing the end is nigh bell. Right. And then going home and curling up in his bed with his little diary and his glitter pen. Yeah. His glitter gel pen going, dear... tomorrow.
Sure.
I hate it when I think about these sad images. They make me weep. And I hate that I'm going to be known as the weeping guy.
Well, and moreover, like, based on what we know of the history of Jeremiah, like, there is no point where we are aware that he was ever in, exile. Like, it is most likely he died.
In Egypt.
So
right. That is true.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, that whole aspect of it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
But anyway, that's another chapter of Lamentations, which puts us at done with chapter 2 of Lamentations. Mm-hmm. And that means that tomorrow we will be back with
Lamentations chapter 3.
And just for the record, I think we might be releasing a little later in the day tomorrow just because of things that are going on and what have you. So
yeah, we have family going out of town and us doing cat sitting and house watching and transportation back and forth.
It's a busy week.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. But we're trying to, if not stay on track, at least get out the material we're supposed to be getting out.
Yeah. That being said, for those of you who know that we normally do our Discords on Tuesdays, which is tonight, we will not be doing one tonight. And instead, we will be doing one at 3 p.m. on Sunday. So if you are one of the people out there that can't ever make the 10 p.m. Eastern Discords live on Tuesdays, join us on Sunday. We'll be there at 3 p.m.
Yep.
So
Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Mm-hmm. So there'll be a link, as always, in the show notes. So click on that and head over there and sign up, and we'll see you on Sunday for our live.
Yes, and it'll be much fun, and joy will be had by all, and you'll have an opportunity to laugh at me.
Yeah, and me.
But mostly me, because I'm the dumb one.
All right. We will see you guys later.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened in the last episode and where the hell we are today?
Well, we're in Lamentations, so it is poetry.
I like your tree.
Yeah, but I mean, this last episode was all about the destruction of Jerusalem and shittiness and you know, whatever. God killed a lot of people in Jerusalem and sent them out of their city and destroyed the city and stuff like that. So that was Lamentations chapter 2.
And he
poetry.
He left his footstool.
Yeah.
You're not a footstool anymore, guys.
But man, it was poetic.
That's a fact.
So that means that today we're getting into...
Well, that was Lamentations chapter 2. Yep. So today we're getting into Lamentations chapter 3.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so now we are jumping into Lamentations chapter 3.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
I am the man.
I'm the man.
You are the man.
Damn the man.
Damn the man.
Yeah.
I am the man who has seen affliction by the rod of the Lord's wrath.
Man, why is he always going to be afflicting you with his rod?
I hate the Lord's rod. It's not a good one.
I mean, doesn't that just say it all for the Bible, though?
Yeah.
Like
he struck me with his rod.
Right. But like the male-oriented way that the Bible portrays itself, and just the way they speak about things is so male.
Yeah.
And you know, just men and dicks and penises and
phallic symbols.
I'm just like, come on, guys.
Rods and
Grow
staffs.
Grow up.
It's true, y'all fucking monkeys. He has driven me away and made me walk in darkness rather than light. Indeed, he has turned his hand against me again and again, all day long.
Sorry.
Yeah, he did. I'm so sore. All day long, he was giving me that rod. He has made my skin and my flesh grow old and has broken my bones.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
We're having a rough time getting out. Yeah, maybe we need to grow up.
Yeah. He has besieged me and surrounded me with bitterness and hardship. He has made me dwell in darkness like those long dead. He has walled me in so I cannot escape. He has weighed me down with chains.
Man.
He has made it to where I hate everything. He's made me so fucking sad.
So bleak.
He's made sad, hate, dark, sad.
Right? Yeah.
Like, okay,
yeah,
got it.
It's a lot of bad.
Yep. Even when I call out or cry for help, that bitch shuts down my prayer.
Damn.
It doesn't say that bitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't figure it didn't say that.
Yeah, but he shuts down
his prayer.
He shuts it down.
Okay.
Yeah. He has barred my way with blocks of stone. He's made my paths crooked. God damn it.
You got to stay on those straight paths, you know?
Mm-hmm. But I can't because God made him crooked.
He made him crooked. You think you could cut through and still stay on straight, you know? Like, could you cut across the grass?
You got to stay on the road.
Does it have signs that say stay off the grass? Is that what the problem is?
Probably.
Okay.
Like a bear lying in wait, like a lion in hiding. He dragged me from the path and mangled me and left me without help.
I mean, it's a thing, but what a dick.
Yeah, I mean, he sounds mean.
He does.
He sounds like a really mean guy.
He's giving you he won't even let you say a prayer, and then he's dragging you and mangling you from the path. And,
right? Tearing your shit up.
And things are dark, and he's got his rod. So, I mean, you know.
He drew his bow and made me the target for his arrows.
Wow.
I mean, get a new god.
I'm imagining them shooting the apple off their heads and
right?
stuff. You know?
Yeah. He pierced my heart with arrows from his quiver. I became the laughing stock of all my people. They mock me in song all day long.
Of course, we're talking about Jerusalem.
Is this Jerusalem or is this Jeremiah? He's like...
No, I think we're talking about Jerusalem.
Boo! Everybody's making fun of me now.
No, it's too generic to be about a specific person. I think this is Judah/Jerusalem.
All right. I'll take your word for it. You are the man, after all.
I am the man. Damn the man.
He has filled me with bitter herbs and given me gall to drink. He has broken my teeth with gravel.
Damn.
He has trampled me in the dust. This is so depressing.
It is. Like, why would you ever even consider worshiping this God again? Like, of all, like, the things that this God is doing to, let's just assume that they're talking about the city, but like, to put it in these words, you're seeing the destruction as this bad, right? Like, this is how bad it is.
Yeah.
And yet, you're going to say, in the end, we worship this God.
Yep.
So, I question that amount of loyalty to someone who treats you like absolute shit.
Right? He fucks up my shit. I love him so.
Right. Yeah.
I have been deprived of peace. I have forgotten what prosperity is. So I say, my splendor is gone and all that I had hoped from the Lord. I remember my affliction and my wandering, the bitterness and the gall. I remember them and my soul is downcast within me. Sigh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Here we go.
Wait, they're calling to mind all the shittiness that happened, or the thing they're about to say?
There's a colon, so I'm assuming he's like, but there's this thought I'm about to share with you that gives me hope, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of getting beat the fuck down.
Right.
Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail.
Wait, this is the same God that is mangling you,
right?
Beating you with his rod. I mean, like, what the fuck?
He doesn't hear my prayer, but he has great love. And then his compassions never fail, except for, like, when they just did.
Right.
Right? Like, what?
How do you hold these two ideas in your head at the same time?
Look, I can hold opposing views in my head at the same time because I'm a complex person.
Sure.
But these opposing views do not work.
Right.
They don't. He's a hateful, violent, vengeful, petty, jealous God, and I love him so. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're as much the problem as he is.
Right.
You know, not to victim blame, but I am going to victim blame a little bit because you're trying to drag other people in with you.
Right.
And change our laws accordingly.
Maybe we should set up like a practice for people to come see us so we can help them get over abusive gods, you know?
Right?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's happening here, right?
I want you to spell all of this out. He's done these shitty things to me.
Right.
But I love him so. I want you to just say that out loud. Like, if this was a human, we would, be urging you to get out of that toxic relationship.
Oh, 100%. Like, right? I'm just imagining all these things that they're talking about with regard to how God treats them throughout the whole Old Testament. Mm-hmm. And specifically just now, like in this chapter.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining this being a conversation about a romantic partner that you have.
Father.
Or whatever. Or father, yeah. And I know without a doubt that the therapist is going to want you to break away from that toxic relationship.
Yeah. Or help you have the tools to figure out how to come to that conclusion yourself.
Sure. But it's not even a question when it comes to human interaction, right?
Yeah.
The only time we question that idea is when it comes to the fucking God that no one can prove, that doesn't seem to talk to anybody.
Right.
Like, this is the only exception, is this God that just beats us the fuck down, and then we still love it for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah. Doesn't work for me.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I don't fucking get it.
I don't either. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds stupid.
I mean, it sounds like you're going to cower in darkness, take the wrong path while getting mangled, and waiting on God to decide that he's not going to do that to you anymore.
Please love me again, sir. Please don't beat me. Please, sir, I'm sorry, sir. Please love me.
Right?
The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him. No, it's not. He's not. He's not good to you.
Right.
To the one who seeks him. No, he's not. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord.
You don't want to raise a ruckus or ask too many questions.
Yeah, just hush.
Right.
It is good for a man to bear the yoke while he is young. Is it? Is it though?
Okay.
Let him sit alone in silence, for the Lord has laid it on him. Lay it on me, Lord.
I mean, this seems like a good way that they would allow for corporal punishment and things like that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you need to be beaten down in order to appreciate the love that you're getting from this God.
Right.
So
yeah. Let him bury his face in the dust. There may yet be hope.
There may.
That's one sentence.
But there may.
Let him bury his face in the dust. There may yet be hope.
Right.
What? Like, that doesn't...
No. I'm hating this.
Let him offer his cheek to one who would strike him, and let him be filled with disgrace.
Okay.
You
I'm gonna
first.
pass. I'm gonna pass on that.
You first.
Yeah.
For no one is cast off by the Lord forever. That's nice.
That's not exactly true, though.
Just for several generations.
But right. Yeah. I mean, if we're saying no one as in like the entire realm of history, maybe he did love a couple of people over time, according to the Bible.
Right.
But generally, he has fucked over a lot of people, too.
Yeah, yes.
So.
Though he brings grief, he will show compassion. So great is his unfailing love. If you say so.
Right.
For he does not willingly bring affliction or grief to anyone.
I call bullshit on that. He on purpose does it all the fucking time.
Willingly. Get the fuck out of here.
In fact, I think that we've read parts where he actually enjoys it.
Yeah. To crush underfoot all prisoners in the land, to deny people their rights before the Most High, to deprive them of justice. Would not the Lord see such things?
I mean, I would assume if he is a God, that a God would see such things, but chooses still not to do anything about them for whatever fucked up, stupid reason that he has.
This chapter is why not only don't I believe in God, but why actually I cannot believe in God.
Right, yeah. No, this is bullshit.
I hate this chapter, FYI, in case you didn't know.
No, I mean, you know what? I feel like we say this, sorry guys, I feel like we say this every time, but like, this book started off with a lot of promise.
Did it?
And it's going down fucking hill.
Who can speak and have it happen if the Lord has not decreed it? It is not from the mouth of the Most High. I'm sorry, let me start over. Is it not from the mouth of the Most High that both calamities and good things come?
That's what they would have us believe.
Yes, good and bad things do happen.
Right, but not because of a fucking God.
Right. Why should the living complain when punished for their sins? Because I get to be the judge of that, motherfucker, not you.
Right.
Let us examine our ways and test them, and let us return to the Lord. No thanks. Let us lift up our hearts and our hands to God in heaven and say... Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
This is what we're supposed to say.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the prayer we should pray.
Oh, okay.
We have sinned and rebelled, and you have not forgiven. You have covered yourself with anger and pursued us. You have slain without pity. You have covered yourself with a cloud so that no prayer can get through. You have made us scum and refuse among the nations. All our enemies have opened their mouths wide against us. We have suffered terror and pitfalls, ruin and destruction. Streams of tears flow from my eyes because my people are destroyed. We're done quoting the things.
That's what we're supposed to say to God?
Yeah, we're supposed to say we have
hey,
suffered.
You're being a dick.
Yeah, we've suffered all those things.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, now we're back to whoever is saying this shit.
Yeah.
Supposedly Jeremiah.
Or Jerusalem.
Streams of tears flow from my eyes because my people are destroyed. My eyes will flow unceasingly without relief until the Lord looks down from heaven and sees. What I see brings grief to my soul because of all the women in my city. Those who were my enemies without cause hunted me like a bird. They tried to end my life in a pit and threw stones at me.
Now, you know what? This does sound like this was written by Jeremiah. Mm-hmm. Because this is actually referencing things that happened to him.
Yeah, he's like, this sucks. This is bullshit.
Right.
I hate this. The people were mad at me. And
this sounds much more like Jeremiah.
Yeah. The waters closed over my head, and I thought I was about to perish. I called on your name, Lord, from the depths of the pit. You heard my plea. Do not close your ears to my cry for relief. You came near when I called you, and you said, do not fear. You, Lord, took up my case. You redeemed my life. Lord, you have seen the wrong done to me. Uphold my cause. You have seen the depth of their vengeance, all their plots against me. Lord, you have heard their insults, all their plots against me. What my enemies whisper and mutter against me all day long. Look at them. Sitting or standing, they mock me in their songs. Pay them back what they deserve, Lord, for what their hands have done.
This is definitely written by Jeremiah.
Yeah, because he's
this is exactly what was happening.
This
is exactly the wording
fuckers
being used early on by Jeremiah.
Yes. Put a veil over their hearts and may your curse be on them. Pursue them in anger and destroy them from under the heavens of the Lord. The end.
Wow. We commented on this throughout Jeremiah, but it must be nice to have a God that you can use as a personal vengeance tool.
Right.
You know?
Not that, I don't blame him. I mean, I might make such a prayer from the pit.
Sure,
I suppose. If I'm about to die in a fucking
all my enemies
cistern,
type thing.
Yeah,
sure.
You gonna get it.
Right.
If I get out of here, y'all better run.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I might make similar, but I don't know about that whole asking God, get him, God.
Right. Yeah.
That's a little bit different.
And he's writing this from the perspective of he's in a pit ready to die. Mm-hmm. And, he's talking about all this shittiness that's happening. Mm-hmm. And of course, you almost died because people didn't like you, man.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
But also, let's look at why.
Right.
You were a double agent and you were talking shit.
Right, and you were called out on that double agent shit more than once.
Yeah, they did tell you stop, and then you kept going, and they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna put you in a pit now."
Well, you remember, they called him out in it then, but they also called him out on it after the fall of Jerusalem too.
Yeah,
there was multiple times he was called out on that stuff.
I mean, early on they put him in that stockade that was like a torture device, right. But even before that, they were like, "You need to shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And he was like, nah. Right. So, I mean, yes, were the people mean to him? Yes. Did he deserve the amount of pain and angst that came against him? Questionable. Probably not.
Right.
But is it, expected? Absolutely.
I feel like this was a little bit out of place. Well, Lamentations is only 5 chapters, so I don't want to say it's out of place, but it feels not in the same vein as the first chapter.
The first chapter for sure was this is sadness, and we as a people are mourning the loss of our city,
right,
and the loss of our birthright.
Well, and I just assumed when we started this chapter that we were reading this from the perspective of Jerusalem, but it was Jeremiah talking.
It was Jeremiah. So yeah,
that's interesting. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that was Lamentations chapter 3.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we'll be back tomorrow with
Lamentations chapter 4.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where the hell we are and how the hell we got here?
Well, we just finished up with Lamentations chapter 3.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, we read about a really shitty dickhead of a god who was, causing despair and wrong paths and all kinds of shit. And I thought early on that we were hearing from the city of Jerusalem as like, a poetry type lament type deal. Right?
But no, it was Jeremiah.
It was more of Jeremiah's belly aching about not being liked by the people in Jerusalem and how he wants God to kill them all because,
Because retribution.
Right. And that's what we use God's for, is personal revenge stories.
Mm-hmm. If it's not vengeance, it's not love.
Anyway, that was Lamentations chapter 3.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Lamentations chapter 4.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, Lamentations chapter 4.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
How the gold has lost its luster. The fine gold become dull.
You should polish it. You should do something with it. Don't just let it sit there and not get, polished.
It makes me think of how the turns have tabled. The bloom is off the motherfucking rose.
Right.
The sacred gems are scattered at every street corner.
Man, I need to find this city.
Well,
I need to find this place.
I don't think it's good. I think
I know. It's bad.
Scattered because it's, knocked over and sacked.
Right.
How the precious children of Zion, once worth their weight in gold, are now considered as pots of clay, the work of a potter's hands. Even jackals offer their breasticles to nurse their young. Their breastises.
Breasts.
Their breasts.
Okay.
I like breasticles. But my people have become heartless like ostriches in the desert.
Are ostriches heartless?
Are they in the desert?
I mean, maybe. I don't know much about ostriches.
I don't either. All I know is that whole
they stick their head in the ground, which, would be easier if there's sand, I suppose,
Yeah,
so that makes some
true.
sense.
That is true.
Yeah.
All right, but are they heartless?
I don't think so.
I think
Why would they be heartless?
They have a cardiovascular
What's wrong
system.
with ostriches?
I mean, do they nurse their young? Jackals do. It says even jackals offer their breasts to nurse their young, but my people have become heartless, like ostriches in the desert. Maybe ostriches don't nurse their young, and that's what makes them heartless.
Maybe. I don't know. I wonder about that comparison, though.
Yeah, I hope
it's just weird.
I hope that when we do our end of the entire 5-chapter book Q&A wrap
dive
up
into ostriches.
I'm hoping that we get some cleared up.
Right.
Because of thirst, the infant's tongue sticks to the roof of its mouth. This is gross. I hate it.
Yeah.
The children beg for bread, but no one gives it to them. Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the streets.
Oh, man.
Those brought up in royal purple now lie on ash heaps.
Remember, wasn't it purple that was like it was a harder color to come by or something like that? Didn't we do something like some research on that at one point?
Yeah, and it's also like the color of royalty and stuff.
Right.
Because it's harder to come by.
Yeah.
So wearing it displayed how
riches and, prominence and all that.
Yeah. So they had purple, but now they're just dead.
Right.
And they might still be in purple, but they're still dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
The punishment of my people is greater than that of Sodom, which was overthrown in a moment without a hand turned to help her. How is that worse then?
I don't know.
The other fucking city, wasn't it?
This is like a slow death, right? So like they're talking about starving and thirst and all this stuff. Like
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would be worse.
Right.
Okay, I'm with you. Their princes were brighter than snow and whiter than milk. Their bodies more ruddy than rubies. Their appearance like lapis lazuli. But now they are blacker than soot. They are not recognized in the streets. Their skin has shriveled on their bones. It has become as dry as a stick. Those killed by the sword are better off than those who die of famine. Racked with hunger, they waste away for lack of food from the field. With their own hands, compassionate women have cooked their own children, who became their food when my people were destroyed. Can we just not, please?
Well, I don't, like the part that this whole bit right here, right, is God is telling us that he's okay with literal torture of his people.
His children.
And yeah, like
babies and children.
Babies are dying because of him. And not just dying, but dying at their mother's hands because they're starving to death that much that kind of thing happens. And that is absolutely horrendous.
That's unforgivable.
Yeah.
I cannot truck with this.
No, this is not any God that is worth worshiping. This is a God that is worth,
Look, I don't care what the fuck these people did. Children and babies do not deserve to die like this.
Right.
So I don't care that they disrespected him. I don't care.
Right.
I literally don't care. Like,
right.
I cannot say that enough.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Get over it.
I agree.
The Lord has given full vent to his wrath. Yeah, he has. He has poured out his fierce anger. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He kindled a fire in Zion that consumed her foundations. The kings of the earth did not believe, nor did any of the peoples of the world, that enemies and foes could enter the gates of Jerusalem.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm still, back a few lines, and just, that was not what I wanted to read.
Right.
Really sorry.
Yeah.
But it happened because of the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests, who shed within her the blood of the righteousness. Okay. Now they grope through the street. I can't even get into this. I can't even... I can't think about what it's trying to tell me.
Well, because there's no reason for this. There's no justification for this. There is no God should have ever done anything like this to anybody, no matter what. And I mean, this is an entire group of people, right, that they're saying that God is okay doing this to. And this is the worst of what you could imagine for humanity. And that's just not acceptable.
This whole chapter to me is whatever the rest of it says, I'm blah, 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 whatever. Because I don't care. Because why should I?
Right.
Honestly, I'm sorry. I know this is not our normal how we do this. I'm just I'm really disturbed. And this is my initial reaction. And this is pissing me off that why is this here? Why is this something that is part of a book that we revere? Why is this okay to be in libraries, but other books aren't?
Right.
Why is this book revered? I don't understand when there's shit like this happening, I want to go to every school board meeting, every library board meeting where the fucking town hall is up in arms, and I just want to read the worst bits of this fucking book and be now tell me that this book should be banned. Well, it's the Bible. Did you fucking know that? Did you read your own goddamn book?
But the part that is, to me, we're having all this trouble in our country right now with regard to Christian nationalism and this whole revitalization of Christianity as a whole in our country, and it taking forms in our government and our laws and all this other kind of shit, right? And it's not a surprise to me that these people are the shittiest of the shitty after reading some of this stuff. If you can believe that your God is good and your God did this, then there is no redeeming quality about you.
Because if you're okay with this having been done, then you're going to be okay with any number of people having harm upon them. Mm-hmm. Because if you can justify this, you can justify any of your shitty behavior.
Right. And you're essentially I don't give a fuck about the New Testament, right? This is still your God. If you're a Christian, this is still your God. Your God did this.
Yeah.
Your God allowed these things to happen to his people because he was pissed off that they didn't worship him correctly.
Or enough.
That is what happened here.
So he said, fuck you, die, eat your babies.
Right.
Honestly. What? Do you hear yourself? Do you literally hear yourself saying that it is okay that God said, you did me wrong, you didn't pray enough, so eat your babies?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And we're still supposed to come back and bow before you and love you as a God after knowing that you allowed for things like this to happen.
This whole chapter can just go fuck itself, and this book can follow the rest of it. All right, I'm going to try to get myself under control. I'm very sorry. I just, like, if I didn't stop and do that little rant for a minute, then the whole rest of the chapter, I was just going to be blah, 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 blah. And nothing was going into my head because I just couldn't get past.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to pay attention now.
Got it.
Okay. Now they grope through the streets as if they were blind. They are so defiled with blood that no one dares to touch their garments. Go away, you are unclean, people cry to them. Away, away, don't touch us. When they flee and wander about, people among the nations say, they can stay here no longer. No, I think people among the nations are in their own nation. And I think that they are not worried about people in other nations. Am I wrong?
But these people are now in exile, right? Like they're being exiled to other countries.
Okay.
Or these are the remnants of that country leaving their country, trying to find refuge in another neighboring land or whatever. And these people are like, no, stay away from us.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't honestly know exactly what's happening, but I mean, it sounds like they're in other lands, not their own at this point.
Okay.
They're the worst of the worst, and they're not seen as good, and they're starving and dying. So
got it. And their God has forsaken them. So, whatever.
Yep.
The Lord himself has scattered them. Yeah, because he's a dick. He no longer watches over them. I mean, that says it all. He got mad, and so he said, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of God does that? A petty piece of shit one is what?
Yep.
The priests are shown no honor, the elders no favor. Moreover, our eyes failed, looking in vain for help. From our towers, we watched for a nation that could not save us. People stalked us at every step, so we could not walk in our streets. Our end was near, our days were numbered, for our end had come. Our pursuers were swifter than eagles in the sky. They chased us over the mountains and lay in wait for us in the desert. I mean, I'm very sorry that these people got attacked and that their city got sacked by Babylon and, that they're dying. Like, that sucks.
Yeah,
I hate that for them.
For sure.
And I hate everything that has happened to them.
Right.
But I don't understand why they're still following this God then.
I don't either. I mean, like that's my biggest hang up about all this.
I'm like, make it make sense. You're literally writing down, this is how we felt. This is what happened to us. And our God was so mad at us that he was a petty little bitch and pissed all over us.
Their belief is so strong, apparently, or their self-hate is so strong, I'm not sure which, that they are willing to endure multi-generational trauma in order to continue to have this identity under this God and think that it will at some point save them or something. So I don't understand it. I don't agree with it. I think that even if gods did exist, which they don't.
Right.
Even if gods did exist and they allowed this to happen, I don't think that they deserve any respect or any of my time or energy. This is beyond bad.
I'm just at the point where, okay, gods don't exist, right? Given. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
But these people believe that gods do exist, and they are still choosing after their God has left them, and they're like, God hates us now. And they're like, but we're going to love him anyway. Like, why?
Well, let me ask you this. Let's take our current state, right, of Republican bullshittery that's going on, right?
Okay.
And let's look at how the Republicans generally treat their lower class people in their group.
Constituents.
They're not doing things to help those groups. They're doing things to actually harm those groups.
Right.
And yet those people still love them because they're pitching this greater story of redemption and I don't know. It's the whole American dream arc, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, totally. But the thing is, this book is this people's history. They're like, God hates us and is mean and is making us do this, but we still love him. Like, that's not what the Republican constituents are saying. They're not saying they're being mean to us, those Republicans in power, but we still love them. They're not saying that. They literally believe that the Republicans are somehow going to save them and that the Democrats are eating their babies.
Right. No, I agree. But what I'm getting at, I think, is that the ability to narrate a story so that other people believe that end result is the one that they want to work toward is not as difficult as one might think. Like it's if you have the microphone, if you have the attention of the crowd, you can sway those ideas in that crowd in ways that you wouldn't really think you could, because it's more if you pitch a message enough, and we just talked about this tonight. Yeah. Something I saw is that there was something that KGB did back in like the 60s, I think. Don't quote me on this or anything like that. But they spent time inundating people with to basically bad news or making people think that this was the way things were. And after a time, people just start to believe it and they take it as fact. So if you pitch a message hard enough, long enough, and strong enough, you can make people believe whatever you want to in a large group. I'm not saying everybody. Right. There's always going to be detractors. There's always going to be people that stand out. But I mean, you can sway the general public and their point of view as to what they should and do believe.
That speaks so ill of humanity as a whole, that we're so easily misled and, beguiled.
Well, but on a grander sense, does it not behoove us to not all be individualistic, right? Like we need people that are going to work towards a collective idea of what society is, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not excusing them. I'm just saying that I think even just the way we are built is meant to follow and not lead much of the time.
So it's the bad faith parties that do the misleading that are the problem.
For sure.
This is why we can't have nice things. The Lord's anointed, our very life breath, was caught in their traps. We thought that under his shadow we would live among the nations. Rejoice and be glad, daughter Edom, you who live in the land of Uz. But to you also the cup will be passed. You will be drunk and stripped naked. Your punishment will end, daughter Zion. He will not prolong your exile, but he will punish your sin, daughter Edom, and expose your wickedness. The end.
Okay. That was a really, really depressing chapter.
It was the worst.
Yeah. I
will probably have bad dreams tonight. So thanks for that, Bible.
Right. Yeah. I don't really have much else to add. I think I covered most of what I wanted to say throughout there. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about before we get out of here?
God's a dick and fuck Republicans?
That's I think that about sums it up.
All right.
So that was Lamentations chapter 4.
Sure as fuck was.
And I think that we're going to be doing another chapter today. So like this will release at 6 a.m. Eastern. And then I think wife and I are going to be doing another chapter today yet, because we want to try to wrap up Lamentations
over the weekend.
Yeah. So like we're making this a 1 week and done type deal.
Yeah.
So that we can move on into the next book after that. So be on the lookout for a chapter later today, and then this weekend will be filled with all the
the extra bonuses, extras. And then Monday, hopefully, if we're on track, we'll start Ezekiel.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Well, we will see you guys then.
All right. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember where the hell we are and how the hell we got here?
Yeah, we just got done reading Lamentations chapter 4.
Sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, it was pretty horrific.
It was like disturbing.
They were talking about the famine and eating children and just all kinds of horrible shit.
The imagery was real.
Yeah, no, it was not good. And we got to the end of it, and it seems like they were like, yeah, you Edomites are laughing at us, but you're going to get yours. And so that was basically Lamentations chapter 4, which means that today we're getting into
Lamentations chapter 5,
which ends Lamentations.
It does, and that'll be another book done, you guys.
I mean, wow. Like, it's crazy we come across these short books where we're just like, we're done in like no time.
And we get to mark it off.
Yeah.
Like a whole entire book. It counts.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to do this?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right. Here we are, jumping into the last chapter of Lamentations, chapter 5.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Remember.
Remembering.
Lord, what has happened to us? Look and see our disgrace. Okay, Lord?
Yeah, I mean, he's the one that caused it. Does he really have to look?
Hey, look, Lord, I'm ugly. Whee! I mean, it sounds like that's what they're saying.
I guess.
Hey, Lord, remember how we suck?
And you did all these bad things to us?
Remember?
Yeah.
Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our homes to foreigners. I thought their homes were burnt up and crushed.
I mean,
okay.
It depends on which point they're talking about.
That's true.
So, yeah.
That's true.
Sure.
We have become fatherless. Our mothers are widows. We must buy the water we drink. Our wood can be had only at a price.
No, we always buy the water we drink.
I know. I was just thinking that, like, that's interesting to think that, like, they used to just get their water.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It reminds me when my dad was in the military, we were stationed overseas in southern Italy. And when we lived off base, there was a fountain down at the end of the street, and we would just take our giant, like, receptacles, like giant tub things, and we would
go get water.
Go get water. I mean, we had to boil it.
Yeah.
Like when we got home.
So you didn't have running water?
No, we had running water, but to drink it, like for drinking and cooking water.
Oh.
We would go get it from this giant fountain.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was like it had a faucet. Like, it wasn't really a fountain. It was a giant freshwater fountain.
Got it.
That had a faucet on it.
All right.
But I remember one winter, this one guy that I went to school with, his name was Lewis. He turned the faucet to spray up, and then he turned it on. And so it did freeze. Like, the water coming out of it froze in an arch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we all hated him a little bit that day.
Right.
But he was always doing shit like that. That was fun. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So they have to pay for water now.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like we do.
Right.
And they have to buy wood. Just like we do. Yeah. We must buy the water we drink. Our wood can be had only at a price. Those who pursue us are at our heels. We are weary and find no rest. We submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough bread. Yeah.
I mean, when you get taken over, I guess, and you're running away, that's
when you're
what
a
you
refugee.
You gotta do that.
Yeah. You go get what you can get from
wherever
who you can get it.
Right.
Yeah. Our ancestors sinned and are no more, and we bear their punishment. I mean, you were punished for their sins, but also for yours. Like, you did the Asherah poles too. Come on.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, if we're going with you're being punished by God.
Right.
You did bad too. Come on. Don't be blaming Grandpa.
Right.
Slaves rule over us, and there is no one to free us from their hands. We get our bread at the risk of our lives because of the sword in the desert. The sword in the desert. That's really good.
Yeah.
I like that imagery.
Yeah.
Our skin is as hot as an oven, feverish from hunger. Women have been violated in Zion and virgins in the towns of Judah. That tracks. Men are gross.
Yeah.
Princes have been hung up by their hands. Elders are shown no respect. I mean, lack of respect is not the same as hung by your hands versus raped.
Right.
You know,
yeah. The no respect thing is kind of low on the list.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Were they mean to you?
Right. Yeah.
Aw. Well, as usual, men are like,
could be worse.
But I'm the victim.
Yeah.
Young men toil at the millstones, but you weren't hung by your hands or raped.
Right.
So
well, look, none of this is good.
None of this is good, but like when you're telling me the worst of the worst, then I'm like, oh, you got to live and work.
You can't compare those things.
Right.
Like,
you can't put them in the same paragraph as, doesn't this all suck?
Right.
I mean, some tortures are worse than others.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Boys stagger under loads of wood. The elders are gone from the city gate. The young men have stopped their music. They stopped playing their music.
Yeah.
I'm sorry at them.
Yeah.
Joy is gone from our hearts. Our dancing has turned to mourning. The crown has fallen from our head. Woe to us, for we have sinned. How about woe to you for either God turned against you or, you got taken
conquered.
over.
Yeah,
yep.
you got conquered by another people.
And it
who
sucks.
are not
I hate
treating
that
you
for
correctly,
you.
and they're being assholes at you. And it sucks for you. But this has nothing to do with God. If your God did have something to do with this, then you should have an issue with your God.
Saying woe to us for we have sinned, like, what kind of self-hatred do you have that you would blame yourself?
Right.
Instead of your God or the people that conquered you.
Yeah.
Like, no amount of sin deserves that. Sorry.
Right.
Because of this, our hearts are faint. Because of these things, our eyes grow dim for Mount Zion, which lies desolate with jackals prowling over it. You, Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures from generation to generation. Why do you always forget us? I pick me. I have the answer.
Right,
I know.
Right.
Why do you always forget us? Why do you forsake us so long? Restore us to yourself, Lord, that we may return, renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and are angry with us beyond measure. The end.
Got it. Well, I think the only thing I really have to add to this is that I feel like the constant attributing of all this to their God, Yahweh, is that it's a way to hold their identity together as a people, right? Like, I mean, you're in other lands. You've been scattered to the winds, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the only way that you can hold on to some semblance of what you used to be. Okay. Is this God that, is obviously not doing right by you at the moment. But it's still your God, and those people that are around you, that's their God too, right?
Yeah.
So it's their way to coalesce around an idea that embodies what Israel and Judah is, so.
I could understand, let's all gather around and, collectively remember our God. I can't understand, we suck so fucking hard, we fucked up, and that we did this to ourselves. Like, that I can't understand.
Well, yeah, but that seems to be a constant theme throughout the Old Testament, right? I mean, this isn't the first time that we've run into that. There's constantly, when people are not having things go their way, they're constantly blaming themselves or higher ups in the priesthood or whatever the fuck the case is.
Right.
But they're constantly blaming the people for those bad things. So it's
taking self-responsibility all wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, be responsible for your actions, yes. And, mourn that you fucked up and long to do better. But not like, it's so generic.
Right.
This, oh, we sinned, we're horrible people, we did rotten. Like, no, that's not what self-responsibility means. You're doing it wrong.
Right. I do have to say one more thing, and that's that my take on the Book of Lamentations is that it's crap.
Ooh, I agree with you on that. The first chapter started nice. I liked that poetry.
Yeah.
It was dark. It was well written.
But it's just a lot of self-hate. Like we just got done talking about. Like, this is the whole book is just nothing but like they're angry that they didn't live up to their God standards, but their God's answer to that was to destroy them completely.
Right.
And utterly. Like it was an awful series of chapters. Like, this was an awful book.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about it. But I mean, we do have our wrap up coming up probably tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to be doing our, I guess, contradictions, right?
If there are any. Yeah.
If there are any. Yeah. So we've still got a little bit of talking left to do about this. We didn't do as much research in the middle of this book this time.
Because there was only 5 chapters.
Right. So we'll get into that over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else you wanted to add?
I didn't love it. That's all.
Right. That's
Yeah.
I think that's consensus at least here.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, that was Lamentations chapter 5.
And that was Lamentations as a whole.
And we will be back tomorrow with the
wrap up.
Yeah. You were trying to turn it into a
I know.
song.
I'm like, wrap up.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where the hell we are?
Well, we just finished with Lamentations.
We did.
And so that means that today we're probably getting into the
wrap up.
Yeah, so we're going to be going over the entire book of Lamentations.
The whole 5 chapters.
And we're kind of wrapping together in our wrap up the Q&A and the wrap up, because obviously it's only 5 chapters. So,
So I also have a pop quiz for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How many questions are in this pop quiz?
11.
That makes me happier. I would prefer 10 or less. But 11 is definitely closer to that number. So
yes.
All right. You ready to get into this?
Sure as fuck am.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, let's do Lamentations.
Let's do them.
Lament, I'm lamenting.
I mean,
that's Lamentations.
Yeah, there was some sad shit to lament, actually.
There was.
Yeah.
So the Book of Lamentations is a collection of poetic laments that express the humiliation, suffering, and despair of Jerusalem and her people.
It left out the bitching by Jeremiah about his state of affairs and how he wanted to use God for retribution, though.
Right. Also that.
Yeah.
For Jerusalem and her people following the destruction of the city by the Babylonians in 587 to 586 BCE.
Sure.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, most critics place the composition, meaning the writing thereof, of the book before the return of the Jews from exile in 537 to 536 BCE.
Okay. The whole book? Or is there some, like that one chapter felt like it was maybe written by Jeremiah?
Well, we'll get there in a second here. Certain passages appear to be word pictures by an eyewitness, and thus would have been written shortly after the destruction of Jerusalem.
Okay.
So, like during and then like, right there.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
The prophet Jeremiah, as we know, is the traditional author because he's a weepy little bitch. However, Lamentations was more likely written for public rituals commemorating the destruction of the city of Jerusalem and its temple.
And that tracks. That makes some sense, especially the first chapter.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, it's unlikely that his writing style was very spontaneous and natural.
Yeah.
Kind of grumbly.
Right.
Right. And putting that with, his earlier word choice early on, putting that matched to the poetic form, it's complicated and artificial.
Yeah.
And that is just not very likely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his chapters in the book that he's supposed to have written with, him and Baruch and whoever else his little scribes were after.
Yeah.
It was not a diary per se, but it was written well enough. But the Book of Lamentations was not the same.
No.
As we pointed out while we were reading it.
Right.
So it was definitely not him.
But it was, they did, if it was written completely by somebody other than Jeremiah and Baruch, then there was that, it was chapter 3 or 4, I can't remember which one it was, but they were talking about how he wanted the retribution on
that
people.
Was reminiscent.
That was very reminiscent of Jeremiah.
Yeah. I believe that was chapter 4.
I felt like that was either written by Jeremiah or Baruch or somebody that was really versed in Jeremiah's teachings would have written that, but it felt personal. So I feel like maybe they threw one little bone in there that might be by Jeremiah, possibly. Maybe
he contributed via some scraps that other people picked up and were like, we should really, since we're going to attribute this to him,
we should throw something in by him.
Yeah, give him a bone.
Right.
It's probable that the laments were the product of more than one poet.
Okay.
So not just writers, scribes, but actual poets.
And that makes sense too, because it didn't really feel the same all the way through either. Mm-hmm. It felt different from Jeremiah, but it didn't feel the same. It felt different
in and of itself, too, even from chapter to chapter.
Yep.
So as far back as tradition reaches, Lamentations has been read on Tisha B'Av, which we have talked about.
Sure.
And that's where they commemorate and observe the end of Jerusalem having, been sacked, as well as the smashing of the second temple later.
Right.
Which apparently happened on the same day.
Got it. Yeah. It's known as like one of the worst days in Jewish history or something like that.
Yeah. So it's not unreasonable to assume that this was intended for this purpose from the first, which we have kind of discussed, that the poets wrote that, attributed it to Jeremiah, but wrote it specifically with the intent that it would be read before crowds.
Yeah.
Toward that end, the first 4 of the 5 poems, speaking of it being too nuanced and complex for him to have put together, given his writing style.
Right.
The first 4 of the 5 poems are written as acrostics, which we had talked about that the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet are used in succession to begin the lines and sections of those songs.
Yeah.
And then the 5th chapter is not. However, it does have 22 lines, which is how many letters are in the Hebrew alphabet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they had that's interesting.
They didn't write it that way because it was the last chapter was different from the other chapters.
Yeah.
And was more about the finality.
Okay.
So
all right.
It was done on purpose, it's believed.
Okay. All right. Yep.
The formal structure served as a mnemonic device and was likely meant to convey Israel's total grief, its penitence, and ultimately its hope.
Got it.
So
I didn't find a whole lot of hope in this, but
I didn't either, but it was mostly lamenting. There was a little bit at the end of one of the chapters that was like, and hopefully God will love us again.
I felt like the most hopeful chapter was probably chapter 1, actually.
Yeah.
Like
same.
that one had some beauty in it and some, it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind chapter 1.
Yeah.
But whatever.
That was my favorite one.
But I'm gonna, same. I'm gonna reread this little bit. We read this in the beginning, but I think it bears repeating just because we're talking about how they attributed it to Jeremiah.
Sure.
And that's because the original text was written in Hebrew, but in the Greek, all the various translations thereof, like the Septuagint and its others, they have this extra little intro bit. And it came to pass after Israel had been carried away captive and Jerusalem was become desolate, that Jeremiah sat weeping, and he lamented with this lamentation over Jerusalem. And he said, and then it goes into the first.
Just to give it a preface, like
it's
Jeremiah did this.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So now I have a few notes from a couple of the chapters, just as part of our Q&A.
Okay,
so that was kind of the wrap up. This is a little bit of Q&A for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so in chapter 1, it talks about his footstool.
Right.
And how Jerusalem was no longer his footstool. And that has been something that he has alluded to before. He has mentioned the earth is his footstool. He's mentioned that his people are his footstool.
Yeah.
And so there's a question about what specifically he means. It can be one of 2 things specifically. Okay. God is either referring to the house of the sanctuary, which would be the temple itself, which contained the Ark of the Covenant, as mentioned in 1 Chronicles and one of the Psalms.
Right.
Or it could have been the Ark of the Covenant, as mentioned in one of the Psalms, with the mercy seat on which sat the Shekinah or divine majesty. That's where he set his feet when sitting between the cherubim that were on top of the ark. And that was in 1 Chronicles. And I'm going to tell you what a Shekinah is, or a Shekinah. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Okay. That refers to a dwelling or settling in a special sense, a dwelling or settling of the divine presence, to the effect that while in proximity to the Shekinah, the connection to God is more readily perceivable. So we're almost talking about an idol here because it's an object. It's like another word for that because it's saying that this thing that we're not calling an idol has a special place for the presence of God to be felt.
And we kind of talked about the ark being an idol at one point too. Like, I mean, just between
that they
you
carried
and I,
their God with them. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, So that makes sense.
So to me, that word is just another word for idol.
Right. But
it's more holy.
Right.
It has more meaning because it's, somehow a Hebrew word. So that means it's better. And I'm like, right. So it's an idol then. Got it.
But also by the time that we got to Jeremiah, the ark had been, not mentioned for quite some time. Right. So I don't know that I believe that the ark was still around at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe that either.
They can say that all they want, but I would wager a bet that it was not at the temple.
So do you think the footstool then is referring to the temple and not the ark inside the temple?
It could very well refer to the temple. Definitely, I don't think it's referring to the ark inside the temple because there's no mention of it in years. I mean, it's been years. Yeah. And I think it was Solomon? I think that's the last time we actually even heard of the ark.
Well, we did hear something when Hezekiah, either him or one of them guys, found a piece of the Torah in the library. And we're like, whoa, dude. And that's when Josiah started all his reforms.
But did they specifically say the ark though?
I don't know.
I thought it was in the temple.
Well,
that they found
I know that no, it was in his library.
Sure.
That they found the book.
Okay.
But my thing is, so then the Torah was not in the ark then, and so we don't know if the ark was actually present on ground or not.
I don't think, when that was, I remember that being said, I remember that bit, and I don't think to me, it was not enough information to say the ark is still around.
If the ark had still been around, the Torah would have been inside it.
If the ark had still been around, it would have been a much bigger deal than what it, it's literally nothing at this point. Right. It means nothing at this point.
Right. And that's part of why these people are going after the idols of other kingdoms. Right. They don't have their shiny special golden box. Yeah. So, I mean, if they did, they would have been gathering around that because it was special golden and shiny, and they could have been like, this, guys, this was the thing that Moses and peeps carried for 40 years. This. Yeah. And it would have had more cultural relevance in the moment. Right. And it wasn't there. Right. Clearly. Yeah. So then later on in chapter 2, 2 initial letters are transposed in a couple of the verses. Okay. And this is found in 3 instances throughout Lamentations. Okay. And it's been suggested that the reason for the inversion of 2 of the Hebrew letters is that the Chaldeans, just like the Arabians, used a different order than that of the Hebrews. Okay. So it was similar, but not the same exactly. Right. So in chapter 1, this is the suggestion. In chapter 1, Jeremiah speaks as a Hebrew, and that's why things read the way they're supposed to. Yeah. And then in the following chapters, it's suggested he speaks as one subject to the Chaldeans, and that's why you find the 3 different transposed letters. Right. Okay. Not all scholars accept that explanation. It also could have just been a goof. Sure. But the fact that it's the same goof in 3 different places, I don't know what that tells us. Right, right. At least it was consistent. Yeah. Like, when I misspell a word, I usually misspell it the same way in all instances, but not always. Right, right. Sometimes I can spell the same word like 5 different times in the same, 3 paragraphs. Right. So who fucking knows? Yeah. So later on, in chapter 4, we talked about ostriches. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So verse 3 reads...
It said they were heartless.
Well, yeah. Verse 3 reads, even jackals offer their breasts to nurse their young, but my people have become heartless like ostriches in the desert. Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. Jackals, themselves may also be rendered as sea monsters, whales, dragons, or serpents, depending on the translation.
Oh.
But here's why. The word jackal in Hebrew is tannim, is tan, but then the plural is tannin.
Okay.
Which is very similar to the word tannem, which is dragons and sea monsters.
Interesting.
Right. So that's why a lot of times you'll see jackals or dragons where it actually probably more likely means jackals.
Right.
Now, even at that, we don't know if they mean jackals, coyotes, wolves.
Sure.
Just some kind of wild dog or wild beast even. Okay. And I just wanted to get that out there before we talk about the ostriches.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
And I thought that was like really interesting because that gets into like, what's a hot dog and what are people going to think like 100 years from now or 500 or 1,000 years from now?
Right.
They might not understand what a hot dog is because it's not a dog that's hot.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, ostriches or owls were thought to lack internal instincts and thus be cruel to their young, like kick them around and stuff.
Okay.
Or they would desert their eggs.
Okay.
Okay. Now, notice I said ostriches or owls.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, but back in Job, we also came across owls and other birds that were like evil. And it could also be construed as even demons.
Okay.
Do you remember that kind of?
I do.
So it's not really known what bird they're referring to, but it's kind of beside the point almost. Like they're not talking about this bird did this thing.
Right.
Like if the bird was the point of the sentence, it would matter. But what they're saying is there's a beast, some kind of fucking bird who is cruel to its offspring and, deserts them in the desert. The point of this is saying even that son of a bitch bird is able to feed its children, whereas these monstrous mothers are eating their babies.
Right.
That's the point of that sentence.
Okay.
So, and same with like the jackals. They're saying these are wild fucking dogs or dragons, however the translation goes. These are wild beasts, but even they are able to suckle their young, whereas these babies, their mouths are dry because they're so dehydrated and dying of thirst that their tongues are stuck to the roof of their mouth and the mothers are not able to produce milk.
Right.
So that's what that section was about.
Got it.
So basically, once again, it's a translation issue.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, chapter 5. And that was the weird chapter.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Like that was kind of separate from the other 4 and it was different.
Sure. Yeah.
It's basically a conclusion to the preceding 4 chapters, which, because it fell at the conclusion, therefore it concluded.
Right.
But literally it's a conclusion. And as mentioned, the acrostic form is no longer observed.
Right.
Okay. The final poem of Lamentations was apparently written in Judah sometime after the fall of Jerusalem.
Okay.
Okay. Only the people of no use to Babylon were left behind in the land, right?
Right.
And this poem reflects on the hardships that those dudes faced.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
And it's less a dirge, like the previous chapters were like laments, right?
Yeah.
This chapter was not really like that. Instead, it was the nation's prayer to God for compassion.
Sure.
So, supposedly Jeremiah wrote this. And so in the first 4 chapters, he's like, wow, we suck. God left us. Everything's horrible and we hate it. And haha, Edom, you're going to get this too. But then in the last one, he's like, well, we suck, but we brought this on ourselves and everybody turn to God and hopefully, God hear us.
Right.
And several Old Testament prophecies, including Lamentations, conclude on a negative or inauspicious note. And chapter 5 is no exception.
Right.
Okay. So consequently, in synagogue readings, it has become customary to conclude the recitation with a repetition of the preceding verse.
Oh.
So if they read this out loud, they would read verse 21, and then they would read verse 22, which is the final, but then they would go back and read verse 21 again. So let me read you how that would go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
21. Restore us to yourself, Lord, that we may return. Renew our days as of old. 22. Unless you have utterly rejected us and are angry with us beyond measure. I can see why they would then go
Right.
21. Restore us to yourself, Lord, that we may return. Renew our days as of old.
I'm surprised they don't just leave that last one off. And
Right?
You know what I mean?
Unless you're mad, it's
Yeah,
fine. Then we
right.
just suck forever.
Yeah,
Whatevs.
Right.
And this practice allows the reading in the synagogue to close with words of comfort.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
even though
That's
not
a lie.
written, it is a lie.
It's
yeah.
a nice lie, but it's still a lie.
Yeah, like, hi, the book doesn't say that. How are you?
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's this book that I read. This is a little bit off topic, except that I came across it while I was looking stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, let me get into here. And it's called The Bible Doesn't Say That. 40 Biblical Mistranslations, Misconceptions, and Other Misunderstandings by Joel M. Hoffman.
Okay.
Okay. And he supplied some of the notes that I read, or some of the information that I was reading about the mistranslations of the dragon, the Tan versus Tannin versus Tannum.
Right.
And I just want to add that to our list of books to get to someday.
Sure.
Because it just sounds like right up our alley.
Yeah.
And I wanted to credit him with that information. I got that from him.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is our wrap up. Are you, sir, ready to get into a quiz?
I guess.
Okay. Now, you have big shoes to fill because I only missed one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I did really well.
I'll try to be on my best Lamentations knowledgeable, footing here.
All right. According to Lamentations, this is number 1.
Yeah.
According to Lamentations, who ruled over them? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple choice.
Okay.
Mighty men, slaves, strangers, prophets.
Slaves.
Correct. I mean,
right.
I'll tell you when we're done, but that's the right answer. Okay. Number 2. What did the soul of the writer of Lamentations say the Lord is? A redeemer, a portion, a provider, or a keeper?
Provider.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what it is when we're done.
Got it.
Number 3. According to Lamentations, what should one wait quietly for? Wars, an answer from the Lord, salvation of the Lord, or whatever will happen.
Salvation from the Lord.
I think that's what I picked, and I think that's wrong.
Oh,
I think that's the one I missed.
Then
Yeah,
maybe
I don't remember.
Okay.
Number 4. Who wrote the book of Lamentations?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, that's
Right.
supposedly.
That's a gimme.
The other choices were Esther, David, or Jonah, who we haven't even got to yet. Number 5. What did the writer of Lamentations ask the people to do for the lives of their children? Cry, lift up their hands, pour out their hearts like water, or all of the above?
All of the above?
Yeah, actually, I think that's the one I missed.
Oh, okay.
And I think all of the above is the correct answer.
Got it. Okay.
So I don't remember what the answer was to that other one.
Sure.
Okay. Number 6. When is it good for a man to bear the yoke? In his childhood, when he is old, in times of need, or in his youth?
In his youth.
Correct. Which I don't understand what the difference is between in his childhood versus in his youth.
I'm assuming youth means young man.
Like,
like not
teens and
childhood
20s.
versus, yeah.
Okay,
So,
like childhood as a kid.
right.
Under 18 in America.
Well, I would imagine that young adults or youth in those times would have been probably 12 or
Yeah.
13, somewhere, I don't know, but
Okay.
definitely not as old as we would put a young adult.
Right.
So
Number
not as old as we would put a young adult.
Number 7. According to Lamentations, what were the young men compelled to do, and under what did boys stagger, respectively? Dig wells and loads of iron, pass through fire and heavy weight, grind at the mill and loads of wood, or melt iron and bricks?
Mill and wood.
Yep, that's the right one. And actually, I have a note about that if you're interested.
Okay.
One of the commentaries mentioned that they were forced to do women's work
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why that stuck in my head. That's why I got the right one.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was like, oh, did they have to do women? Did they have to do their own laundry and cook dinner? Poor boys. Like, fuck off.
Right.
Okay. I'm not saying grinding at the mill is rough work. And so is having to carry loads of wood.
Right.
Can't it just be rough work?
Yeah.
Why you got to call it women's work? What, you can't do that?
Right.
That's hard?
Yeah.
No, these people were fucking suffering. They were doing hard ass labor, not just quote unquote women's work.
Right.
Like, fuck off. Number 8. How did the writer of Lamentations say they get their bread? At the peril of their lives, under pressure, with great joy, or with sacrifices?
At the peril of their lives.
Correct. Number 9, in Lamentations chapter 2, what did the writer call to mind and made him to have hope? Steadfast love of the Lord, God's covenant, temple of Jerusalem, or the Lord has great might?
Can you repeat those answers again?
Steadfast love of the Lord, God's covenant, temple of Jerusalem, the Lord has great might.
Go with steadfast love of the Lord.
Okay, I don't remember. I know I got it right, but I don't remember.
Okay, all right.
Number 10, according to Lamentations, who did they say sinned and they bear the person's iniquities? Their prophets, their kings, their fathers, or all of the above?
All of the above.
I don't think that's right.
No?
I think it's their fathers, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Okay, number 11, according to Lamentations, what did the hands of compassionate women do? Fought for their own children, boiled their own children, acquired weapons, cultivated fields.
Boiled their own children.
Yes, that is grossly correct.
Yeah.
All right. Checking results.
All right.
Okay. According to Lamentations, who ruled over them? Yes, slaves. You got that right.
Yeah.
Number 2, you got this one wrong. What did the soul of the writer of Lamentations say the Lord is? You picked provider, but the answer was portion. The Lord is your portion.
Got it.
And I came across that several times in my notes. That's how I was able to get it right.
Sure.
So, sorry.
No, it's all right.
You got this one right. Number 3, according to Lamentations, what should one wait quietly for? Salvation of the Lord. You got it right.
Okay.
Number 4, you got this one right as well. Who wrote the book of Lamentations?
Jeremiah.
Yep. Number 5, you got this one right. What did the writer of Lamentations ask the people to do for the lives of their children? The answer you got right is all of the above. Cry, lift up their hands, and pour out their hearts like water.
Okay.
Number 6, when is it good for a man to bear the yoke? In his youth. You got that right.
Yep.
Number 7, according to Lamentations, what were the young men compelled to do? Grind at the mill. And what did boys stagger under? Loads of wood. You got it right. Number 8, how did the writer of Lamentations say they get their bread? At the peril of their lives. Yep. Got it right. Number 9, in Lamentations chapter 2, what did the writer hope to call to mind and made him to have hope? Steadfast love of the Lord. You got it right. Good on you.
All right.
Number 10, you got this one wrong, which I told you.
Yeah.
According to Lamentations, who did they say sinned and they bear the person's iniquities?
The fathers, apparently.
The fathers. You picked all of the above, which would have included their prophets and their kings.
Right.
But I remember specifically it did say their fathers because we were like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one, number 11. According to Lamentations, what did the hands of compassionate women do? You got this one right. They boiled their own children, which is disgusting.
Yes.
And you got 9 right out of 11.
It's not bad.
I did better than you, though.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm the winner.
You do the research.
I do the research, and I come across stuff that I don't always even mention.
Right.
That I don't know is going to be on the quiz. So I'm better prepared.
I didn't prep for this other than just reading through with you.
Yep. So you did good, though. You got an 81%, and the success rate from all players on this is 54%.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. So me and you both did good because since I only missed one, I got a 90-something.
Right.
So
amazing.
We both did amazing.
All right. So you got anything else for us today, or
we're about done with Lamentations?
Yeah, we got our
try to find some "you're always wrong" contradictions.
Yeah. And then I think, are we going to try to do a Patreon this week, or what are we doing this week as far as, are we doing a special this week? I know we've been kind of off our game with trying to get stuff out lately, so.
I was not sure that we were going to do that. I think that the Contradictions was probably going to come out on Sunday, and then we were going to start the next chapter 1 of whatever the fuck that one is.
Well, we'll see how things go.
Is it Ezekiel, did I say?
I think that's right, yeah. We are falling behind on some of the extra stuff that we normally do, so we'll talk about it, and then we'll figure it out. So
maybe we'll do both. Who knows?
Maybe we'll do both. Who knows?
I mean, we've been known to put out 2 episodes in the same day.
Like yesterday we put out 2 episodes.
Like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Lamentations wrap up, and we will definitely be back tomorrow with
You're Always Wrong
or Contradictions. So we'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we are doing our last episode of Lamentations. Mm-hmm. And that means that today we're doing our
You're Always Wrong
or Contradictions episode, as I like to call it. So you have some contradictions for us today?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to find any since Lamentations was only 5 chapters.
Right.
And they were poetry or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that, yes, I did find 4 contradictions.
Okay. Well, let's get into this.
Okie dokie. All right, so now we are jumping into You're Always Wrong.
Or Contradictions.
For Lamentations.
Yes.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to be always wrong?
Let's do it. Yeah.
That was the sound of husband rolling his eyes for those keeping score at home. Okay, number 1. Husband?
Yes, wife.
How should we treat our enemies? Kindly or cruelly?
I'm going to go with, I would vote for kindly, personally.
You're right. Proverb says, if thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat. If he be thirsty, give him water to drink.
Right.
Even though I hate him, he's my enemy or whatever. Yeah. Right. I'm not going to let him fucking starve to death.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to give him the biggest steak.
Right.
But I'm not going to not give him any steak.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Of course I am.
Because several places, God says that you should definitely treat your enemy cruelly.
I see.
In Psalms, it says, let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of the Lord persecute them. Let destruction come upon him at unawares.
Okay.
And then later in Psalms, it says, break their teeth, O God, in their mouth.
That's rough.
Let them be as cut in pieces.
Damn.
Cut my foe into pieces. Okay. And then again in Psalms, and Psalms are supposed to be lovely, right?
This is my God's retort.
Yes. Good one. Further in Psalms, it says, thy foot may be dipped in the blood of thine enemies, and the tongue of thy dogs in the same.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's rough.
And then of course, Lamentations.
Yeah.
It says, give them sorrow of heart, thy curse unto them, persecute and destroy them in anger from under the heavens of the Lord. Fuck those enemies. Kill them hard. Let them die. Let them starve. Soak up their blood and just cackle wildly.
I think, so I have to interject here because this is one of my things that I really hate about our current culture and how we relate to Islamic terrorism and the people that are responsible for it, right? Mm-hmm. Like we have no remorse. We have no empathy for their situation. Now, I'm not saying that we should excuse or condone what they do. That is by far not the case. But we talk about destroying them with literally no compassion.
Right. They're not people. They're subhuman. So it's fine.
Right.
That's the way.
And to me, that's just a disgusting way to operate. I don't approve of it. I don't like it. It's kind of the whole problem with the discussion around what's going on in Gaza right now and Israel and all that. We don't treat these people as though they are human beings. And I can't stand that way of thinking.
I mean, a lot of our media tends toward that. Like, as much as I love the John Wick movies, somebody killed his dog that his wife gave him.
Right.
So he goes on a killing spree, right? Like, ultimately, that's what it's about. Kill, and so I'm going to kill you back harder.
Sure.
Again, I love the John Wick movies, but let us not forget that that's the kind of thing we're talking about here. And those are our entertainment. You killed me first. I'm going to kill you back harder. And it's justified.
Right.
It's fine. Killing is fine.
But it's just, to me, it's such a basic way of thinking, right?
It's childish.
And not that it can't be fun in certain, John Wick, right? Like you just brought up that.
Mm-hmm.
That I like that movie. It's a fun movie. It's a fun, whatever.
The franchise is just awesome. It's very well made. You killed my puppy,
I'm going to get you back. Like that, whatever. That's the basic way of looking at it. But like, it's a fun concept.
I understand that there's more to it than that. But at the end of it, like, it's justifying retribution in the name of murder.
Right. We're allowed to, in John Wick, we're allowed to look at those people as evil because they are portrayed as evil, right? Mm-hmm. But that's the same way that media does things today, is they portray our enemies as evil, when it's a lot more nuanced than that. And there needs to be a lot more discussion behind it when we're talking about killing actual human beings who are not all guilty of, whatever. It bothers me. That's all.
It's not very Christian in the Christian idea that I had earlier on of what Christianity was supposed to be.
Right.
Now, I've been told since then, I've been dissuaded from the foolish notion that Christianity is supposed to be one of peace and love. I've been told that Jesus was too woke and too soft.
Right.
So perhaps the flaw is mine, and, Christianity is just shitty.
Right.
Could be mine.
There's a I can't remember who sings it exactly. It seems like it should be like, I don't even want to say a name because I might be wrong. But there's we shove a nuke up their ass or something like that.
Oh, it's that one country singer, wasn't it?
That one country singer, yeah.
Wasn't it like Toby Keith or some shit like that?
I mean, I want to say something like that, but again, I don't want to be wrong about it. So, I don't know for sure who that was. So,
but that's the type of Christianity that a lot of the hardcore Southern Baptist goes for that,
right,
that vengeance, the get 'em,
right. Okay, sorry to go off on a rant there, but I had to say something, because to me, society should have moved beyond this idea that God portrays with regard to how we treat other human beings and other cultures, and yet we still haven't. But we know we should. Right. That's...
We teach our kids better.
Right.
But then they grow up and get told, no, that's too woke. We're supposed to hate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, number 2. Can God be found? Yes or no?
No. Sure. No. Why
sure.
not?
You're right. You're right. Proverbs says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but shall not find me. And then in Lamentations, it says, also when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer. Womp, womp. And then it says again in Lamentations, thou hast covered thyself with a cloud that our prayer should not pass through. No prayer for you,
No
bud.
prayer for you.
But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Okay.
Because in Proverbs, it says, those that seek me early shall find me.
I see.
Yeah. And it says it in lots of other places, too. That's just the one I grabbed.
Sure, yeah.
But, of course, you can find God.
Okay.
Didn't you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Number 3. Is God the creator of evil? Yes or no?
I mean, if we're going with the assumption that God created everything... And that there is a God in the first place, then the answer has to be yes, in my opinion.
So. I agree with you. I agree with you. First Kings says, behold, I will bring evil upon the house of Jeroboam, and will cut off from Jeroboam him that pisseth against the wall. And then in Second Kings, it goes on to say, behold, this evil is of the Lord. And then in Jeremiah, it says, I will bring evil from the north.
Yeah.
And then in Lamentations, it says, out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. So, you know, there you have it. But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong. Because in Psalms, it says, for thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. You know?
That's wrong.
No, that is wrong.
He has specifically said that he takes pleasure.
I'm bringing the bad.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm bringing the bad and I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Ready?
Yep.
Number 4. Husband.
Yes, wife.
Is God merciful?
Fuck no. You're a fucking dick.
Yeah, there's plenty of examples of that. Let me just read you the ones that I plucked out randomly.
All right.
In Exodus, we have the Lord God visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the 3rd and to the 4th generation. That's not very merciful.
That's not very merciful. No.
No.
Yeah.
And then in Deuteronomy, and thou shalt consume all the people which the Lord thy God shall deliver thee. Thine eyes shall have no pity upon them. That's not very merciful.
That's not merciful either.
No. And then in 1 Samuel, we got, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not, but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling.
I don't think that there's any context in which you could call that merciful.
Right. No, that is never merciful.
Yeah.
And then in Jeremiah, which, you know, we just read before Lamentations, I will not pity nor spare nor have mercy, but destroy.
I see.
Okay, that is definitely not merciful.
Okay. All right.
And then we've got 2 examples in Lamentations. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The Lord hath swallowed up all the habitations of Jacob and hath not pitied. He hath not.
It literally says he's not merciful.
Yeah. He hath not pitied.
Right. Yeah.
And that is true.
Yeah.
And then again, it says, the Lord hath done that which he had devised. He hath thrown down and hath not pitied. So
he's doing a lot of hath not pitying.
Yeah, he's got no fucking mercy.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
I think I'm just going to stop you right here. But in this instance, I'm not fucking wrong.
Well,
but okay.
The Bible says you're wrong.
All right.
The Bible says you're wrong.
All right.
I can only go with what the Bible says, you know.
Okay. All right.
And in Deuteronomy, it says, for the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He is merciful.
Okay.
And then in Jeremiah, you know, which we recently read. Yeah.
Also Jeremiah wrote Lamentations. So,
It says, I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Now, I don't know if we can take it, if somebody declares themselves merciful, does that make it so?
I don't trust people's opinions of themselves ever.
Right.
Because it's an unfair, it's a very biased point of view. Right. So not only that, it's a biased point of view from something that doesn't exist, that's written by somebody else that's a human, that we're not even sure which human wrote it. So
yeah.
But, you know,
No,
so
totally.
the answer to me is no, I can't trust that.
But then I've got one last one for the Book of Lamentations, which, you know, that's what we're pulling these from.
Sure.
And it says, for he doth not afflict willingly, nor grieve the children of man.
But literally in Lamentations, it said twice that he has no pity.
Yeah.
For the destruction and things that he's bringing
and the
upon
killing of
people.
babies.
Right.
Yeah.
So
fuck off with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, hey, Bible, you're always wrong.
Yeah.
And that me and husband, we're always right.
Right. I think,
or at least we're 90% right.
Sure.
I'll leave some room for error.
But I try to look at this. Well, I mean, I try to answer the best way I can see the answer, because sometimes it feels like I should answer from what God has said. And sometimes it feels like I should answer from how I feel about the situation, because there's just so much back and forth on the issue in the Bible. Right. And I think that I have a very clear idea as to what my morals are versus what we discussed in these chapters. But it feels like the Bible doesn't have any idea what their morals are with regard to these issues in the Bible.
Not only don't they pick a stance, they go back and forth and choose whatever stance is good in the moment.
Yeah.
And then pretend that that's always been the stance.
Right.
So we're supposed to walk away from this, even though God has specifically said he has no pity. He's urged his people to go murder on killing sprees of children and babies and to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Even though he's done all this, we're supposed to walk away from the Bible going, man, what a merciful God.
Yeah.
He is so nice and sweet and good.
I just can't, he's told us who he is.
Yeah.
You know, he's said it multiple times, and we just choose to look at the only times that he says the other things.
Right.
You know, and so that to me is just very disingenuous and not correct.
Yeah.
Like he's telling us he doesn't take pity. He's telling us he's not merciful. He's telling us he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know, so let's just believe him.
Yeah. God is a dick.
Let's believe him, and moreover, when you have this many contradictions, we've gone, how many episodes of contradictions have we done now? Like it's
for
a
every
lot.
single book of the Bible.
Well, we didn't do them earlier on, so we haven't done all of them, but we did most of them.
I will push back on that because we've touched every single book of the Bible since we have started doing these.
That's true.
Even the books that we didn't do it from that perspective, they have shown up on the other end.
That is true.
So every single book of the Bible thus far, even a 5-chapter Lamentations, has contradictions.
I think we did have trouble with Job. Job, there was no real contradictions because it was a story form or something like that. There was like one contradiction or something like that, I think.
I'd have to go back and check, honestly.
But there was one that we did have a light version of it.
It might have been the Book of Ruth.
Could have been that too. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Or Esther, one of them chicks.
Regardless, I don't see how you can have this many contradictions and still say that this God is even real.
Yeah, much less have a positive attribute to him.
Right. I mean, it's all the time we talk about this at the end of every book. So it just blows me away. That's all.
Accepting that he's not real, he's also not good.
If we're, in canon.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that was Lamentations Contradictions.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we are now done with Lamentations.
We sure as fuck are.
Completely.
Yeah.
Like, we finished it.
Yep.
And just a quick note, and we might, I don't know, we might do something about this, but we'll see. We just had our 1,000th episode yesterday.
1,000 episodes. That's crazy.
I didn't realize it in the moment, but like we have done 1,001 episodes for Sacrilegious Discourse.
Or 10D1.
Right.
We're in our 10D1st episode.
Right, yeah.
That's insane. That's a lot of fucking podcasting.
Yeah, it doesn't even hardly seem possible, but we have.
And it'll be, 4 years this August?
It will. That's
crazy.
Yep. We're coming up on our 4th year anniversary, so.
We're doing it. We're reading the Bible. We're doing it.
We sure are.
And you guys, you're doing it too.
You guys have been, I mean, honestly, the reason that we're still doing this as much as we are is because of our listeners. And you guys are absolutely incredible. And you push us to do this all the time. So thank you for getting us past the 1,000th episode mark.
Seriously.
And here's to 1,000 more. So
yes, indeed.
Right? All right. Thank you, everybody. And we will see you guys in Ezekiel.
We will.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.